You know, working from home, it can be this amazing mix of total freedom and, well, total chaos. And if you're feeling more of that chaos lately, trust me, you are in the right place. Today, we're going to cut through all that noise with a clear, actionable blueprint to turn your home office into a powerhouse of productivity and balance. So let's build it.
All right, first things first, a quick gut check. I want you to just take a look around. Your desk, your room, your current setup. Is it a launch pad for your best work, or is it more like a minefield of distractions and discomfort? That right there, that's the core question we are going to tackle and solve today.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to build this thing from the ground up, starting with your physical foundation. Then we'll get into the crucial mental boundaries, learn how to conquer all those distractions, and finally, we'll design a schedule that brings it all together.
All right, let's dive right into pillar one, the physical foundation. Now, this isn't just about having a desk somewhere. It's about consciously designing a dedicated zone that basically tells your brain, hey, when I'm here, it's time to focus. So how do we actually build this foundation? Well, it's pretty straightforward. It all starts with dedicating a space. And hey, even a tiny corner works, as long as its main job is work and nothing else. Next up, ergonomics. A good chair, getting your screen at the right height. Trust me, this will save you from all kinds of aches and pains down the road. And finally, organize your tools. Having everything you need right within arm's reach is so key to staying in that flow state.
And this is why this stuff matters so much. Think about it. A cluttered desk just leads to a cluttered mind, right? A comfortable, organized space frees up all that mental energy so you can pour it directly into your work. Your environment really does dictate your focus. Okay, let's move on to our second pillar, the mental boundaries. Because let's be real, a great physical setup is only half the battle. If you can't mentally clock out, you're not really working from home. You're basically just living at the office. This right here really visualizes that mental switch we need to learn how to flip. When you're in work mode, your brain is on, it's focused, it's structured. But the real skill is learning to flip that switch to off and shift completely into home mode, where you're relaxed, present, and totally disconnected. The goal is to make that transition as decisive as literally shutting a door at the end of the day. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It doesn't matter if you have a separate room if your brain is still churning through emails at 9 p.m. The most powerful boundary isn't a wall. It's the one you decide to set in your own mind to get your personal time back. All right, on to pillar number 3, conquering distractions. So we've got our physical and mental boundaries set up. Now we need to defend them. We're building a fortress of focus. And you know what? Every fortress needs a solid defense plan. So let's take a look at the usual suspects, shall we? This chart breaks down the most common enemies of focus. A huge 40% is household chores. You know, that pile of laundry just staring at you. Family and pets are right behind, followed by that constant ping of digital notifications. And yep, let's be honest, that siren call from the refrigerator, it is a real threat. The absolute key here is to be proactive, not reactive. So your defense plan should look something like this. Communicate your work hours clearly to everyone in the house. Actually use the Do Not Disturb function on your devices. It's your best friend. Schedule specific breaks for chores instead of letting them pull you away randomly. And finally, if it's a distraction, get it out of sight. Seriously, put that phone in another room. And that brings us to our final pillar, the one that really makes the whole system work, owning your schedule. This is where you stop being just an employee who happens to be at home and you become the CEO of your own workday. Probably the most powerful tool you have for this is something called time blocking. You know, it's way more than a simple to-do list. It's about giving every single minute of your workday a specific job. You divide your day into these dedicated blocks for each task, which gets rid of all the guesswork and forces you to stay on track. So how do you actually build this master schedule? First, define your non-negotiable core work hours. Then, block out big chunks of time for that deep, uninterrupted work. And just as important, schedule your breaks with the same intention as your work. And finally, and this is so important, create an end-of-day ritual, something like cleaning your desk or planning tomorrow to give your brain a really clear signal that the workday is officially over. And really, that's the big takeaway here. Working from home gives you this incredible opportunity. You're no longer just reacting to whatever's happening in an office. You are the architect. You have the power to design a workday that truly, genuinely works for you. So, there you have it. That's your complete blueprint, your master plan. Build that solid physical foundation. Define and defend your mental boundaries. Have a proactive plan to deal with distractions. And finally, master your day with an intentional schedule. These 4 pillars, they all work together to create a work-from-home life that's sustainable, productive, and balanced. So we've laid it all out for you. The structure, the tools, the strategies. The blueprint is in your hands. The only question left is, what are you going to build?